All right. This is a question now. Valerie and I both will go off on this one. Is ADHD really a superpower or is that just motivational talk? So many people treat ADHD as a disease, as a negativity. It is a superpower. It's not a matter of utilizing your brain or being distracted. It's a matter of aiming that brain to that vision or goal, going back to that vision and values. If you can identify your vision and values, that's going to help keep on track. So those days when you don't feel like doing something, can I just share a true story? You don't mind if I do that? Yesterday I was in a funk. I'll just tell you. Sometimes we get those as ADHD people. We have high emotions, high intensity, and sometimes those high intensity just drop. And we have the high low intensity, you want to call it that. And yesterday I had a funk day. I didn't want to do anything, but I'd already committed to a networking group and I was the main trainer for this group. I put on my mask because my values and my vision says I want to impact other people. I didn't focus on self. I focused on them. And I'm not saying I did the greatest thing in the world, but I had multiple people who usually don't comment tell me that they appreciated the training that I did. That gave me that extra boost, helped me get out of those funks. My values and my vision superseded the way I felt. What happens is if you focus only on the way you feel, you're not going to accomplish the things you want to accomplish. Sometimes you just do it anyway, because when you start that motivation, you don't wait for motivation to happen. You take action, and that's when the motivation happens, when you see that. So I know Claire's doing some organization things. When she starts taking those boxes and moving them, that movement is going to create that motivation for her. She can't sit there and wait for that motivation to happen. She can't wait for those boxes to move themselves. She's got to take that step of action first. All right, Miss Valerie.
Yeah. So sidestep because that motivation and action one is, the simplest, smallest step, 5 minutes, set the timer for 5 minutes, go and do it. Right. So sometimes we can't, we usually can muster 5 minutes. If you can't muster 5 minutes, do 1 minute. Right.
Somebody said
But
you need 90 seconds of unbridled courage.
there you go. There you go. I think to this question, right, is ADHD really a superpower or is it just motivational talk? I'd say it's both and. Yeah, yes, it's both, right? I mean, there are aspects of ADHD which is superpower. And it's interesting, actually, Lyle, I've learned this since talking with you, is one of the superpowers that I would say that I had as a coach is that I'm really good at connecting the pieces, that I see all the pieces from here. Find out, oh, well, that's an ADHD trait, right? The pattern recognition, being able to see the patterns and things, right? And that's what that is. So that for me as a coach, that is a superpower, right? But being late and having a hard time getting places on time, that's not really a superpower. I mean, I guess you could tell yourself you avoided an accident. I almost lost a job years ago because I could not get to work on time. That's not a superpower, right? So I think it's both and, but what we focus on, that's again what our brain tells us is important. So if we want to focus on the parts of ADHD that are hard and negative and can hurt, then that's where we're going to end up staying. If we want to focus on solutions for those things or coping mechanisms for those things, and if we want to focus on our superpower and how can we use the good side for us of ADHD that helps us, how can we use that, then that's what our brain's going to focus on. So I think it's better for us to focus on the superpower aspect of it in general, because if you're more positive, you're going to have less of those funk days. You're going to be able to take action and all of that. If you focus on the parts of ADHD that maybe we can't really qualify it as a superpower, then we're going to be in that more negative flow energy. And it's easy enough for us to get there anyway. We don't need to stay focused there. So I think it's better to focus on the superpower sides and the solution side of the not so great part.
Yeah, the key is where you aim it. I really like this phrase because if you aim it on the negative side, you're always going to be negative. If you have trouble meeting appointments, put into place a calendar. Pretty simple concept. So think about the simple things.